Hello everyone, and welcome to another MSD40 Help Desk video guide. During today's tutorial, we will be going over how to enable District Multi-Factor Authentication, Option A for Android. If you are not sure what multi-factor authentication is, or if you should be using Option A, please click the banner in the top right-hand corner to view our multi-factor authentication introduction video. For Option A, we will be setting up Google Prompts, Google Authenticator, and backup codes. To continue setting up multi-factor authentication, Option A, please have the following ready and accessible: your Android smartphone, and a computer with an active internet connection. So without further ado, let's get started. For these methods of authentication to work, you are going to need to download and install two apps from your device's App Store, Gmail and Authenticator. Let's walk through this so we know how to do this. First off, open up your Google Play Store. And in the search bar, search Gmail. For many Android devices, this app is already installed, but just in case, please make sure it's also up to date. Now click the Gmail app, and if you don't have it installed already, install it now. If you do have it installed, make sure it's all up to date. Now that we have Gmail installed, let's go and install the Google Authenticator. To do this, go back to the search bar and type in Google Authenticator. And then find the Google Authenticator app. Now click Install. And this will automatically start downloading Google Authenticator. Now that both Gmail and Google Authenticator are installed, let's get Gmail set up so we can use it for Google Prompts. To do this, go back to your device's home screen, and then open the Gmail app. If this is the first time installing the Gmail app, you should see a screen that says Get Started, and if you click Get Started, it will then ask you to start signing in. If you've already signed into the Gmail app before, this should be the screen you see. To add an account, go to the top right-hand corner and click your logo and your symbol, and then click Add Another Account. Now, click Google because we are setting up a Google email. Once it brings you to the sign-in screen, enter in your school district credentials. Once you've logged in with your school credentials, it will ask you to agree and accept the terms of service. Click I agree. It should now bring you to the Gmail screen. In the top right-hand corner, to verify that your account is all logged in, click your email symbol one more time. And then select your correct account. This is going to be your school district account. And as we can see, everything is now working. Now that we've turned Gmail on and it logged in with our Google account, let's get everything set up on our computer. To start setup on our computer, we are going to need to access our multi-factor authentication settings. To do this, open a new tab in your Google Chrome browser, and then navigate to the top right Apps block, and then click Account. Once you've opened up your account settings, go to the left-hand sidebar and you should see an option for security. Open up the security settings. And finally, scroll down to where you see Signing into Google, and you should see an option that says Two-Step Verification. Turn this on by clicking on it. We have now entered our two-step verification settings, or multi-factor authentication settings. Now that we've entered our multi-factor authentication settings, it is time to start enabling our multi-factor authentication methods. To do this, scroll down the page to where you see Get Started. Since this is dealing with secure data, it is going to ask you to type in your password. Since you've already signed into your device, on the next screen, you should see a heading for these devices can get prompts, and you should see your phone show up underneath there. If you aren't seeing this option, click Don't See Your Device, and then follow the steps on the next screen. Since our device is showing up, we are now going to scroll down and hit Continue. On your mobile device, since we have the Gmail app already open, you should get a prompt that is asking, are you trying to sign in from another computer? Click Yes. And this will approve the sign-in. As we can see, our computer automatically switched to the next page. For this option, we are not going to be enabling phone calling or text messaging, so you don't need to fill in the information here. To skip this step, scroll down the page and you should see a button that says Use Another Option, and click this. You should now be presented with 10 8-digit backup codes. These backup codes are hard-coded ways right into your Google account. Since we have other ways to authenticate our Google account, you don't need to write these down or do anything with them. So just scroll down the page and you should see a button that says Next. Click Next. And click I have my codes. As we can now see, two-step verification is about to be turned on, and we can verify that everything is working correctly, as it should say Google Prompts Default, and then the backup option is Backup Codes. Once you see this, click Turn On. And this will bring us to our multi-factor authentication settings. Once again, we can see that Google Prompts and Backup Codes are now enabled. Finally, it is time to enable the Google Authenticator app. To do this, scroll down the page in your multi-authentication settings, and then click Setup. Since we are setting up Android, click Android, and then click Next. You should now be presented with a QR code on your screen. Now let's move to our mobile device. Back on your mobile device, go back to your home screen and find the Google Authenticator app and open it. Since this is the first time we've set up Google Authenticator, let's go through the setup steps to make sure everything is working correctly. First, hit Get Started. And since we've been provided with a QR code, hit Scan QR code. Your device is going to ask to be able to take pictures and record video. Allow this. And finally, scan the QR code that is on your screen. Now back on your computer, hit Next. And now type in the 6-digit code that is showing up on your mobile device. And then hit Verify. On your mobile device, hit Add Account. And we can now see that Google Authenticator has added our account. Back on our computer screen, we can see that everything has gone through correctly. Now hit Done. Now, to make sure that everything is working correctly, reload your screen. Now scrolling down the page, we should see that Google Prompts is our default, and that the Google Authenticator app and backup codes are now all enabled. We are now all done.